There are three boring but high-paying price action patterns that I use every single day on the charts. And today in this video, I'm going to walk through specifically these three patterns and how you could use them in your trading. So let's jump into this. The first one would be the flag pattern. So if you guys know anything about flag patterns, they are very powerful. They're the ultimate trend continuation setup. So what are they? So they look like this that you see here, and essentially you're going to look for a strong impulsive direction. Basically, that's going to be the pull of it, followed by a slow channelized pullback of the flag. And then this represents profit taking by initial movers before the trend continues. And so that's exactly what you will see. So this is basically the pull right there, followed by profit takers. So these are all profit takers. And then we're saying, okay, this move is not done, right? And so let's actually look at an example of this in action. So this would be a really good breakout here on Apple on the daily chart. So essentially what we got is we got the pull right here. So this is the initial buyers. All the buyers are coming in. There's even volume with it. There's a lot of volume. And then you'll start to see the volume die down along with profit taking. This is going to be the first initial move to the downside. And then what you'll start to see is, okay, well, maybe we're not done yet. So the volume will pick up a little bit and then it'll go back down. Essentially what's going to do then, it's going to create what you'll see here is basically like a flag pull, right? And they all come in shape. They're all different shapes and sizes. This could be, hey, this is a triangle. This looks like a triangle, whatever you want to call this thing, a triangle, whether it's a flag pull, they all represent the same thing. Let's actually go to the board here because I'm going to show you what happens, right? And so essentially buyers come in and everybody is buying, right? We're buying. It just doesn't look like this thing is going to stop. And then all of a sudden, well, maybe we're going to, I'm up, 30% or whatever, if you, maybe there's options trading involved and people start to say, okay, well, maybe I'm not, maybe that's maybe it's up a little too much. And then, so basically the sellers, then the sellers are like, okay, well, this thing is done for. We're going to, and the buyer's saying, no, not yet, not quite yet. So it goes back up and then they just kind of have a battle, right? There is a battle until finally there is another breakout. There's another breakout to the upside. And so that's exactly what would happen here. And you could see here with some big volume that would come in. And then so essentially this would be one, this is exactly where you want to be in. So what I like to do with a flag pattern is I would like to wait for a confirmation. This candle right here is would have been where I would like to be getting into. And then you can, then there's several different ways you could trade this up to resistance if there's prior resistance, or if there is no resistance, you basically just measure the pull from this side and to this side. We actually have a trade that we saw on NVIDIA recently that did just that. Okay, so that is the flag pattern. There's several different ways or places that you can place your stop loss and you take profit, things like that. And so one take profit would be inside the flag pattern itself. Somewhere in here, you can even have a risk reward of 2 to 1. So if this is your stop loss, you will have a 2 to 1 with that. So this will be your 2 reward to 1 risk. So that would be, that's essentially how you could play that out, or just go into resistance. What I like to do with these kind of trades is if there is a very, we actually just saw this on PayPal as well. There was a resistance point that just made sense. And let me actually pull that up because I think this is important. So this is PayPal. And so this was an area where we saw this exact thing. So I'm actually glad that I remembered this. And there was prior resistance here. This is also a big gap, right? And so we saw that. And what did price do as soon as it touched it? Straight back down, right? And so this would have been, so we actually got in this trade here, and then we got out as soon as it touched that resistance point. So you can do that with, that's how I like to get out of these kind of trades. So I'm glad I remember that. So that is PayPal there. So the second pattern would be ascending triangle. So this is volatility leading to explosive expansion. And so the ascending triangle, the price pushes repeatedly against a flat horizontal resistance level while simultaneously making higher lows along the rising trend line. So this builds immense pressure as buyers are willing to step in at higher and higher prices and enter the momentum that horizons once it breaks that. And so this will be your resistance point right here. So it's essentially, it is a flat, it is a and I love these trades. Resistance trades are my jam, my breakout of resistance and support. I have several scanners, I have several different systems indicators, but this is not the video for that. If you're interested, you can go to our website at 5minutetrades.com and see more about that. But these are critical trades. These are critical ways to trade price action. And this is this is another boring price action pattern that I think is very, very much powerful. So let's look into this. So ascending triangles, this is a bullish trade idea. So what do we look for here? So what exactly are we looking for? Well, as soon as so essentially we're doing the same deal here as what we had the previous pattern. And then so the sellers kind of step in. So these are buying trade examples. You can also do the exact same thing, just flip it to the sell side. But essentially the same thing. Now we're going to another resistance point, and so it's the same. So this is essentially going sideways then. So this actually couldn't break it. So now we're going sideways again. So here we go back down, and then it goes sideways, goes right back up into this resistance. And so now at this point in the price, we can actually start to draw our triangle. So right here, we didn't have it, but as soon as we got to this specific area, what you could do is draw a trend line up here. And then you can also have your horizontal line going right there. So now once you're in this particular spot, you actually have two potential trades. You can actually have one to the downside and then one to the upside. So essentially, you are going to want to get in at this specific spot. Okay, so that is a great time to get in to the upside right here. So that is the ascending triangle trade idea. Okay, so that is going to be the second one. The third one is the box breakout. So what do we do with a box breakout trade? Well, this consolidation box, essentially this price bounces evenly between clear horizontal tops and bottoms. And the longer the market chops sideways, the bigger the eventual breakout will be. So avoid trading inside the middle of the box. Wait for a strong candle close outside the box, and wait for a strong candle close out, wait for a strong candle close outside of the box and enter on a retest. And so this is going to be a really solid trade for you once you kind of learn this and visualize this. Essentially all it is a box breakout. Just goes sideways, and we're doing the same thing, right? So we got strong move up, down, and it just goes sideways from here. So what it does, it creates a beautiful box, the upside and downside, and you would essentially take the breakout right here on, and then essentially what you could do the same thing is you could target the next available resistance, right? And so this one you would target 222. So this would be somewhere up here. And then you can even juice it up a little bit and go for a high target as well. And so essentially that's going to be your third breakout. It's a very simple and interesting trade, but these are not very difficult. These are quite easy to learn once you see them on the chart, once you start to visualize them. And so the box is quite interesting because it's just straight lines for resistance and support. As soon as you see that big breakout, you take the next trade, the next candle close above. So that is the box breakout trade. Those are the three patterns. What do you guys think? Do you guys like those patterns? Or is that something that you would be interested in trading or seeing more live trades of? We saw that PayPal one. There's several others. I mean, these charts happen on all the different time frames, basically every single thing you think of. And so if you guys want to trade those are the ways that I do it. Those are the ways that you can do it. And, that's basically it. So see you guys in this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.